Good morning. Today is January 1st, 2022. I hope you had a happy new year and hope and pray that 2022 brings a lot of good cheer, a lot of health, and a lot of just more positive energy and positive stuff. We are here with Madison,
Hey.
Allie, of course, me, Martin Nicholson, and also our special guest, Painty Toes, all the way from Belgium. And she was here.
Hey.
Very, very excited to speak with her. And we won't go into a bunch of extra topics or anything like that. I think we're just going to delve right in to this new year with Painty Toes. First of all, I think the name is just like fantastic. It's like very creative of a name, Painty Toes. And I also know that we have, because I did research, we have a listener that really likes feet, and as you're a foot model. And also there is a statistic that I think that is like one of the number one male fetishes is the attraction of the foot. Most people probably think it would be the breast, but apparently it's the foot. So take it away, Madison.
Yeah, hi Painty Toes. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi. It's nice to meet you guys too.
Thanks for freeing up
having
space.
me.
Of course. Thanks for freeing up space in your evening. You said it was about 5:30 p.m. where you're from.
Yeah.
Awesome. You haven't had a good day thus far?
Thus far, yes, a very relaxing day.
Good. So I'm just going to kind of dive in a little bit about your background and what brought you to the foot fetish industry, and sort of what you technically call what you do. Is it sex work? Is it is there like a specific title for what it is that you do? If you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
So I started about a year ago. It's going to be a year in January. I have known about foot fetishes for a very long time. My husband is he likes my feet a lot, and he was nagging me for years to do something with it. And I finally decided I had a severe injury on my lungs, and I had to cut back hours at work. So I was like, I have all this free time, and I used to have a very active hobby, and I couldn't do my hobby anymore. So what I'm going to do now, and I could use some extra cash, and I was like, why won't I try it? And then I did all the research because I have to know everything about something before I start with it. And then I found out about Instagram and how to beat the algorithm and how to get into the community. And then I discovered OnlyFans, because OnlyFans wasn't a huge thing here in Belgium, even though we had the pandemic and everybody was locked inside. So in America, it got really big, but over here, only like 2 months ago, it's gotten in the news, and I was like, "Ooh, women are making money with this site, and what is it?" And it was like, I'm on it for a year now. And so it started like that. I would call it sex work, because when you look up what a fetish is, it is sexualization of an act or a body part or a feeling.
A
So
sex preference, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Very cool, very cool.
I don't go fully nude because I have a teenage son, and before I started out, we had a huge conversation about it with my son, with my husband. What can I do? What can't I do? And so, to respect everybody and respect myself, of course, too, I started the OnlyFans, and I'm not in it to make a lot of money. I know some models do make a good living of it, but it's just a hobby that got out of hands. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I know before we recorded, you said that the city of Belgium, where you're located, is dominantly a liberal city. Is that true?
Yeah. It's free-minded, so
That's awesome because I have not heard a single story in America where like a spouse is in sex work and there's like an open liberal conversation about it. It's a lot of defense and having to sort of like defend your right against or your right to do it, to perform it. So the fact that you can have a conversation with your teenage son and your husband who is in support and supports you through the process is mind-boggling to hear for us, but also extremely inspirational. Yeah, no, that's incredible, really. There's not a lot of open conversation out here. So that's awesome that you said that. Yeah, it's really
but
incredible.
we do have a very Catholic background here in Belgium, but I was brought up very narrow-minded, and there was no talk about sex or no sexual education. It was just women are made for babies, and that's it. So I think it starts with yourself. I decided to not teach my kids that kind of attitude and to be open about sex. If you have questions, ask them. Uh, he doesn't think foot fetishists are he's not into foot fetishes, or he doesn't understand it, but I taught him to be open about it. Everybody has a fetish, everybody has, that's something that turns them on, and so he has to accept that, and he does. So
Wow, that's
Well,
incredible.
good for you. Good for you for
Yeah.
raising your children with that like mindset, because I know, like Madison said, it's not as much of an open conversation here,
no,
for sure, especially
no,
surrounding OnlyFans.
but it's um, something I try to tell to other models too. It's not because you're open-minded and your kid is open-minded that the other parents and the other kids are brought up the same way. So
Mhm.
I bring up my child to be open, but I know if I would be more sexual and more open on OnlyFans, if this gets out, I don't have a problem with it. My husband doesn't have a problem with it. My son doesn't, but his friends, the parents of his friends, he lives in a community too. And small children, we don't think about it. Small children, 6 to 7 years and younger, they don't have Instagram. They don't have the means to be on OnlyFans, or but kids get older, and like my son is on Instagram. He's on all the porn sites. He's a teenager. He's a 15-year-old kid. You can't expect them not to be on porn sites. And I wouldn't mind him if he encountered very explicit things. But if his friends did that, would find out, then that's a whole other story. So
Yeah,
I
that adds
try
another
to,
dimension to it. Yeah.
yes, you're never alone. And especially if you have kids, you have to respect their community as well, and their the peers they have, and the surroundings they have. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Painting
Absolutely.
Toes, I want to thank you for that really good advice. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave. I've made Joe the host. I have another engagement that I have to get to. It was really nice meeting you. I look forward to talking to you again, and we will
thank you for
definitely have a
inviting me.
link to your website, or your OnlyFans, your Instagram. Madison and Ali will continue on with the interview, but it was very, very nice meeting you, and thank you again for your time. Madison,
you.
Ali, you guys are in control. Take over the rest of the
All right.
interview.
Bye, Mark.
And
Have a great one.
the
Bye.
rest is yours. All righty, bye-bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. So you said that you were raised very Catholic. I was also raised Catholic, but I know that there's an entirely different traditional dimension, being that Catholicism started more closely to where you're from. So we kind of have like a whitewash, sort of like diluted version of it over here. But were you born and raised in Belgium, the city that you're in right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's sort of like a strict, because we're awful at geography over here. We don't we don't focus on it too much, but it just in the region that you were in. So is it very strict, and then in the city people kind of like free for all it, or is it sort of just like a big collection of everything?
Well, you have to imagine we have big cities, and all these big cities have like smaller communities, and then like really small communities. And you can see the it going from very liberal to lesser liberal, and it used to be all Catholic. All the churches were full everywhere. Like I'm from a bigger city, but my grandmother went to church every Sunday. Every Sunday, she wouldn't miss one Sunday. So it gradually changed. Like I don't know anybody in my environment who goes to church. I go to churches when I'm on holiday or when I'm in the city, and like, oh, this church I haven't entered yet, so I'll have a look. But that's it. But it's diminishing, and it's getting the church community is getting smaller, and a whole lot of churches are getting sold lately. So yeah,
A different
finally.
time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we don't get.
religion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, religion is not that big anymore over here.
Kind of
We have
fading
a
out.
longer
Yeah.
history too.
So would you be able to maybe tell us about some news that's happening over there that we might over in America not be able to see, or kind of not even have any clue what's going on? I hate to like make you talk about the news, but I'm just genuinely curious, like what's going on where you're from or in the regions that you're from, because there's a lot of different cultures and countries in just your small region. You were saying France is near you, and a few other ones you had listed. So yeah, I'm just curious as to maybe what's going on over there.
Well, we are getting back in lockdown, so everything, the numbers are still getting worse every day with the new Omicron variants, and so yeah, not very good.
A lot of COVID stuff. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're great. We're doing
Okay.
great.
Well, that's good. I have to say, your English is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is English your first language, or?
No, Dutch is my first language, and then about when we are 12 over here, we start learning French. And then when we are 14, most of us start learning German. So and English. So we're French speaking, Dutch native, French speaking, English speaking, German. So yeah.
That's
Some
amazing.
speak
You speak 4
Italian.
languages?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Wow, you guys are
Yeah.
brilliant over there, really,
Mhm.
truly.
Mhm.
Well, we have to, because we have basically a Flemish part, so a Dutch part. Our country is divided in a Flemish part and a French part. Flemish is Dutch, and then there's a small community of German-speaking people, and we have a lot of immigrants. So a lot of Turkish people over here, a lot of Italian people, a big Italian community. So yeah,
Wow.
and we always watched American and English TV. We grew up with it.
Yeah,
Not
we got
much
a
good
lot of
Flemish television.
yeah, we got a lot of backlash when like during the Trump elections, when they were doing like the political debates and things. I'm not sure really close where you're from, but I know in like the UK area there was a lot of people like, we're tuning into this is a mess, like this is almost like reality TV, like it's so funny
Yeah.
for y'all over there when really it's our life over here. It's like pathetic.
Mhm.
But that's funny.
We were
So
kind
is
of
there like a
scared.
I heard that there's like a lot of people that pay close attention to the American politics, and is that something that's true in your region as well?
Yeah. We have American news daily in our news segment. There's a daily segment about American and foreign politics. So
Oh wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, we're all connected. That's interesting. Okay, so I think we're going to be winding down on this interview. Allie, do you have any more questions for Painty Toes?
So you mentioned Instagram and your OnlyFans. Is there anywhere that you wanted to go from this, possibly like to expand, or did you kind of want to stay within OnlyFans?
No, because of my age, I'm turning 40 next year, and Instagram and OnlyFans is hard enough already. I tried Twitter, and my son was like, "Mom, how can you don't you understand Twitter? It's so easy. It's so hard for me." And then the other day, I started a Reddit account, and after like posting 2 pictures, I was like, "Oh, this is too much." And
Oh
I
yeah.
have a day job too. I have a full-time day job, so I have a family to take care of, a day job, and I don't know how these girls do it. All this social media, I can't
Yeah.
keep up. Too much.
So
Oh,
we're
So
good
no,
where
I'll
we're
keep
at.
it at that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, Panitas, thank you so much for coming on all the way from Belgium. It was so inspirational to talk to
Thank
you
you.
and share some time with us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, so
Thank
glad.
you.
And we'll be sure to put your stuff up on blast on our description. So make sure you check that out and have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You too, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
And until next
Bye.
time, bye.
How freaking cute was that?
Yeah.
She's so personal.